What is up? There's a stream that was said to be happening when it said that. What is up, folks? Hope you're having a good weekend. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I gotta figure out how to get this shit.
Subscribed. 12 months is a long time, lol.
Dude, a year? Thank you very much, Enigma. That D&D stream you did recently was quite fun. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm still working on Snack Boy's voice. But, yeah, I really like Skithris. For those of you who, might have noticed, is that, I did kind of model the name after Skithrix, the Blight Dragon. Because, damn it, I find Skithris cool because Phyrexians are cool. Anyway, is it this? It is that. Cool. There we go. Oh, I mean, we're going to talk about it. We're talking about it. The Innistrad pet? Is there some lore on why you make your names hard? It's because I like Phyrexians, and Phyrexians make their fucking names, like, hard. Like, that is literally the reason. Yeah, I think the Jailer's pretty cute. Hard, okay. Calm down. What's up, C9? GG Metalhead, hello? Clazo. Alright. So I'm just gonna start talking about the new cards. We got a lot to go through, but yeah, we're gonna talk about the new cards. We're gonna play some Historic, probably Death and Taxes and Bolas, and we're gonna play viewer games. When are we getting Phyrexian Slivdrazi? If that ever happens, the multiverse is doomed. My day wouldn't be complete without one of your videos. The correct use of complete there. So, the first thing we're going to talk about is the day-night mechanic. Overall, I think that the day-night mechanic is fantastic. I think that making it... First, the first thing is it's only that player on their turn. Right? Because one of the issues with the OG werewolves is that literally if anyone casts a spell, or if anyone casts two spells, actually it might just be if two spells were cast, then stuff changes. But with this, now it has to be that player on their turn, which is a lot, like, it is incredibly different how much easier it is for that to occur in EDH. So that's already fantastic. And then, for night, permanents enter the battlefield nightbound. I love it. It means that while it's night, the werewolves that you bring out, and everything else, they come in on the backside, which is sick. Which is just sick. I've seen all these cards. Oh.
Subscribed. Nice.
Thank you very much, Magician. Appreciate the 9. We're pregnant. That was a cap. Look, I'm dumb, alright? It is the same player who has to cast 2 spells, but in EDH that's not hard by any stretch of the imagination. No. I'm not saying it's not hard. I'm saying that it's going to happen less often than just 2 spells being cast. Oh my god.
Subscribed.
Enigma with the 5 tier 1 gift subs. Thank you very much. Everyone say thanks to Enigma.
Subscribed.
September, am I right? Oh yeah, that is a thing. Oh, you're okay. I see what you're saying.
Subscribed.
But yeah, so I really like that the permanents will enter Nightside. Now, Mark Rosewater has stated that he pushed really hard for the old werewolves to be errated, to be daybound, nightbound. Fortunately, he lost the battle. However, he's kind of indicated, what's up, Lord? He's kind of indicated that if people push hard enough, then we will see, then we're more likely to see the errata, right? So I think that's very good. It gives me hope, because one of the issues is that while it's night, the old werewolves are possibly going to be still in their day form, which is very strange. Additionally, I'm essentially arguing with Matt Tabak on Twitter that don't open the door to errated mechanics. Whiteboard, your logic is unsound and bad. It'd be so weird in a tribal EDH deck. Yeah, no, the thing is, right, this is such a small, like, change. Like, realistically speaking, this is a small change that is only good for the players who want to play this tribe. I actually don't think this would be an issue, and I really don't like the slippery slope argument for this. Like, Wizards is not just going to start errating mechanics willy-nilly. Like, there's a legitimate reason for that to change. Regardless, I'm arguing with Matt Tabak because Moonmist doesn't work with the new werewolves, and there's literally nothing on the cards that make it so that they shouldn't work. Because I want to point out, do I actually have a werewolf soon? I need a werewolf. I need a werewolf. Somebody give me a werewolf. Come on. Jesus Christ. Where's the fucking first werewolf? Alright, sure. Well, no, I need the one... I need one where he actually says what it do. Alright, here we go. Alright. So, the day thing. Okay, this says, as it becomes day, transform nightbound permanents, right? As it becomes day. Okay? That's what that says. As it becomes night, transform all daybound permanents. Permanents enter the battlefield daybound. This, on the card, it literally only says how to make it night or day. So the card Moonmist should not be an issue at all. Because what Moonmist says is transform all humans. That's all it says. And humans, and the transform mechanic does not, unless stated otherwise, does not remove the permanent from the battlefield, which means it doesn't have to re-enter the battlefield. Which means by reading the three cards that matter in the situation, there is no reason that Moonmist shouldn't work. However, according to Wizards, Moonmist doesn't transform the new cards. There is, by reading the cards, by just reading the cards, that is not how that should work. There's zero reason. I've read the cards. If this said while it is nighttime, nightbound permanents can't transform or something like that, then sure, whatever. But as the cards are read, which I thought the cards are supposed to override the general rules. I thought it was the specific on the cards overrides the general. There's zero reason why Moonmist shouldn't work other than like, that's the thing. The rules are forcing it to be that way. Because otherwise, that is not how it would work. By a clear reading of the cards. Could change Moonmist to make it night. I mean, they could, but like, the thing is, they don't have to. They don't have to because they're adding the Moonmist part, right? The Moonmist part isn't actually, like, there's nothing about these cards that say it shouldn't work. Wizards is coming from on high and saying it. It feels like their issue is if we transform our werewolves in the day, we can keep those werewolves exclusively transformed in perpetuity, so they added an extra rule daybound, nightbound that doesn't show up in reminder text. It feels like their issue is if we transform werewolves in the day, we can keep those werewolves exclusively transformed. That's not true. That's just not true, though. And here's why. Because, okay, so let's say it's daytime. Okay? Let's say it's currently day, right? We cast our Brutal Cathar. It's on the day side. It's on the day side. We cast Moonmist, right? We transform this into Moonrage Brute. Okay? Now, let's say It transforms, like, night shifts, all right? This is already on night side, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to change, right? Transform all daybound permanents. Currently, it's on the night side. It's not daybound, right? So then, if it becomes day again, this is going to transform the nightbound werewolves back. Like, it literally... so, wait, old humans wouldn't be transformed via Moonmist? No, they do! They absolutely do. Thank you, Irish Pop, for the follow. It's just, like, when I say Wizards is forcing this, I mean they're forcing this. This is not how the rules should work. Like, based on a normal reading of the cards. And it pisses me off. So I guess I'll talk about this card while we're here. I actually need to turn this down in my ears. It's too loud. Is the music too loud for anybody? I did feel like I'm yelling, sorry. Brutal Cathar, 3 mana, 2/2. So I believe there's one white werewolf that turns into red, and then there's one blue werewolf that turns into green. There's 3 black werewolves, and then the rest are red and green. Yeah, so this enters the battlefield or transforms into Brutal Cathar. Exile target creature an opponent controls until this creature leaves the battlefield. I just like how they explicitly mention Moonmist, but not Emberwolf. The annoying thing is that Emberwolf still works. That's the thing. That is the thing, is that Emberwolf works still. So, if you have an Emberwolf out, and this is on the night side, yeah, I know, right? If this is on the night side, and you have Emberwolf out, and it becomes day, this stays on the night side. It stays on the night side. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it? Oh, you're saying that that's incongruous with the Moonmist thing? Wow. Emberwolf stops transforming so they can't transform. I understand that, but Moonmist forces a transformation. So what it's worth, I will say I'm incredibly biased. I have a werewolf EDH deck, and I love werewolves. I love wolves. I love dogs. You all know this about me. Can't beats can, right? I hope you're saying that sarcastically. I recognize that, like, because that's one of the responses that Wizards gave. But the issue with can't beats can is that there's nothing on the actual cards. But that's the thing. What's up, Weekend? There's nothing on the actual cards that make it so Moonmist shouldn't work. Nothing. Yeah, but that's the thing, right? Like, that's the thing. These are transform cards, right? These are dual face cards. Dual face cards can transform. It's annoying. Anyway. This card can only be Boros colors. Yeah. Unfortunately, this card can only be in a Boros colored commander. But what I would do is I would talk to your play group and just kind of rule 0 it. I have Garruk Relentless in my werewolf deck because the card's like on theme and stuff. So werewolf CDH. No. I'm pretty sure the way this works. Is like if it flips into this and you remove it, they still get their cards back. I do like First Strike on a 3/3. I do like Ward pay 3 life. I do like that you can exile a bunch of cards, but that just makes it scarier when they remove this. I think you could rule 0. No, I agree you can rule 0 Moonmist in Commander, but it's just frustrating because that's not how it should work. Like, just based on reading the cards. But yeah, this card's fine. It's okay. This card's very interesting. Sereth the Viper's Fang, 4 mana for a 3/4, decent size. Human Warlock. Other tapped creatures you control have Death Touch. Okay. Other untapped creatures you control have Hexproof. Interesting. Pay 1 and tap this. Untap another target creature or land you control. Very interesting that you can untap a land. I feel like that isn't fucking needed. Finn absolutely loves this. Finn, when you hit with a creature with Death Touch, boop, boop, boop. Whenever a creature you control with Death Touch deals combat damage, they get 2 poison counters. So you can do some really dumb things, which is pretty cool. But also, what's nice is that you can just untap. Like, let's say your Finn is being targeted. You can untap your Finn, give it hexproof, and wow, it's doing all right. Really like this card. Yeah, I mean, I just like this card. I just like this card. I think this is a very fun, interesting card. It doesn't seem overpowered at all. It can do some interesting things because of the untap, and I guess I can untap a land. I don't like that. I feel like it's tacked on, and I don't think it's needed, but... Or 2 spot removals. Yeah. 2 instant speed spot removals. Or I guess 1 sorcery and 1 instant. But yeah, no, I like Seraph. I think Seraph's pretty cool. Ooh, baby, I love you way. We got Arlen. I love it. Daybound, Nightbound, sure, whatever. She does, she technically only has 2, but she does have 4. And when I first saw this card, I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. But then realizing that the Nightbound cards enter Nightbound if it's night is pretty sick, because that means you got an Arlen here that you can that, like, on turn 4, if it's nighttime, you play it. This becomes a 5/5 with trample, indestructible, and haste. It's like, hit you in the face. It's great. Or you play it on turn 4. Right. Add red-green, cast another spell, so that's the second spell. On the next turn, it becomes daybound, right? You're at 6, and then you could just do the +1, and then you can pass the turn because now you can cast creature spells that though they had flash. I think that's really awesome. All right, the fact that you can bring this down on turn 4, cast a 2-drop, maybe a removal spell or something like that. And then force the daybound, plus her, so she can flip back. Now she'd be on like 6 or something. That's pretty cool. You also can, like, if it's not daytime, you also just have a card that protects itself twice. I think that's really cool. On how you want to approach it. Yeah, I really like this Arlen. I like this Arlen. Don't get me wrong. I do like OG Arlen. But I like this one too. Werewolf 2-drop slot in standard is kind of full at this point. We'll look at those. Curse of Obsession. So this is from... I have to talk about this shit as well. So they're doing something new and stupid. In set boosters, there are going to be cards that are commander cards that are only found in set boosters. Query, that is correct. So, there are going to be commander cards that can only be found in set boosters. This is fucking stupid. I am so incredibly upset about this. There's just no reason to do that. There's just none. Wizards apparently will never learn that we don't like when shit is, like, exclusive to a thing that people aren't gonna freaking buy. Like, commander players don't want to buy set boosters. The reason is money. I mean, yeah, it's true. No, I agree. I don't think this makes sense from a money-making standpoint either. But anyway, 5 mana enchanted player. Being of enchanted players, draw step, that player draws 2 additional cards, and then they have to discard their hand at their end step. So what's very interesting about this is this can be both this can be put on yourself and be fine, right? Like, if you're someone who just needs a glut of cards, or you're playing like EDH Burn or something, cough Narset. Oh fuck. Put this on somebody, then Narset them. Oh, that's great. Or Narset them. Narset, then put this on someone is hilarious. Impractical. Very, very impractical. Practical, but very funny. Draw Thief card, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of fun cards that say F you. You could also just like have Smothering Tithe out. You can have other things like that. It's just funny. I love this card. But yeah, the fact that it's fine being placed on yourself and on someone else. Madness deck. It's too slow for... The thing is, this card is too slow for, like, real constructed. The Curses deck in EDH likes this. A Madness deck in EDH would like this. A group slug like Nekusar style deck would like this. A Migrum style deck would like this. So there's a lot of places that this is decent. Yeah, I like this card. This is one of the face commanders, I believe. Wilhelt the Rot Cleaver, 4 mana, 3/3 zombie warrior. Whenever another zombie you control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. Decayed essentially is a way to make zombies cheaper, I suppose. If it can't block, and when it attacks, sacrifice it at the end of combat. At the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie if you do draw a card. I'm so torn on Decayed. Because like, it just makes me sad. I don't want to lose my zombies. I want my zombies to be hard to kill, not easy to kill. But at the same time, this doesn't have a limit. So if a bunch of your zombies die, you get a bunch of zombies back. Notably, this still works with zombie tokens. So if you have normal 2/2 zombie tokens and they die, then you get the decayed zombie tokens. So I appreciate that. Of course, you can sacrifice a zombie at end of turn, which means that like, if you sack a normal zombie, you get a decayed zombie, which is pretty awesome. So you essentially are getting a free card draw. If you sack a decayed zombie, well, it was going to get lost anyway once you attacked, and you can block with it. So at the end of your turn, you don't really need that. So I think it's pretty interesting. In case of like something like preventing infinite token loops, possibly. Wilhelt's a decent zombie, but I feel there's better zombie commanders. I mean, that's another thing, right? I have a mono black zombie commander, so anytime I see a zombie that isn't mono black, it makes me sad because I don't want to add more fucking colors. Cause there's no other zombie colors for me. Like blue black. What if I did blue black red green? That's the chaos commander. But no, I don't want to though. That's the thing. I like Gisa. Anyway, this plus draw ping engine is dope. Zombies are expendable. That's the point. I suppose that's true. Chromatic zombies. I already have 2 5-color commander decks. I probably shouldn't even. I have too many commander decks that have dragons in them, frankly. So I don't want to change them, but I actually might. But yeah, no, I like this card. I think this card's pretty fine in a zombie deck. I'll be playing a historic. That's for damn sure. Howl of the Hunt is a good old-fashioned 3-mana flash aura. When it enters the battlefield, if enchanted creature is a wolf or werewolf, untap that creature. Cool. And then, of course, enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and has vigilance. So what's really nice about this is that it's obviously a support card for a tribe that wants you to not cast spells on your turn. Right? The idea with werewolves is like you cast a werewolf, you pass a turn to make it night, and then you cast 1 spell on your turn per turn. And you can do a bunch of other things. So I really appreciate this. It gets vigilance, which is nice. Helps you race. It means that you can attack and defend. I think this is a very helpful card. This also counters that 1-tap enchantment. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I really like this card. And it's only going to be played in limited, but I like it. Varina zombies, that's what I have, and I love it. I already have an Oloro deck, and I really like the Oloro deck. Snarling Wolf is a 1-mana, 1/1 wolf that you can pay 2 to buff it. You can only activate it once a turn. As you can see, this essentially is Basking Root Walla, except the different, like this has madness, sure. I understand that it has madness, but this is a wolf. Wolf has more tribal support than Lizard, so I do think this is fine. This is totally a fine card. I'm sad they didn't re-add banding in the set with wolves. Shut the fuck up. Pestilent Wolf. This thing is fucking hideous. I mean, it's a bear. Like, the thing is, it is a bear. Bear's fine. And then is because of the madness. I understand that, quite bored, but I mean, I'm not looking at it necessarily in terms of like anything else. Bring banding back? No, we don't need this. Pestilent Wolf, pay 3 to give it Death Touch until end of turn. I think this card's pretty decent and limited. It's a bear, it's a good old-fashioned bear, and then bring Horsemanship back. Okay, I would rather see Horsemanship than banding. Okay, That's a wolf, not a bear. I think you need glasses. You know, if my glasses weren't over there, I'd put them on. Bring both. Why not both? Please stop. Enigma, don't ban it. Don't actually ban anybody. This card's good and limited. It can trade up eventually. Festival Crasher. It's a 1 red, 1/3 devil. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn. I mean, it doesn't have trample, but it gets +1 more power. It doesn't get +3, but it has 1 more toughness. We've seen a bunch of different variations of this, so it's you know, it's whatever. It's cool. I assume the blue-red deck is going to be in limited, is going to be cast a bunch of spells. Unruly Mob seeing a reprint. This is probably fine. I don't remember Unruly Mob in when it was around the first time. Enduring Angel's fucking weird. I am HO. It's a 5. Oh, so that's another thing that I want to point out about this set is that it seems like they're actually leaning more into multiple pipped cards, not just like double, but we've seen triple. I think we've seen quad pip card at this point. What about when it was around the second time? I didn't realize it was around the second time. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, 5 mana, 3/3 flying double strike. You have hexproof. Pretty not bad. If your life total would be reduced to 0 or less, instead transform it, and your life total becomes 3. Then if Enduring Angel didn't transform this way, you lose the game. This is so that you don't do dumb, like, transforming shenanigans. I think that's fine. Then, of course, the Enforcer, flying, you have hexproof, no longer double strike, which is strange, but whatever. And then when it attacks, double your life total. And its power and toughness are equal to your life total. I think this card is very interesting. It helps it so that you don't, you know, fucking die. Death Shadow combo? Interesting. Oh, right. I forgot. If it had double strike with that, that'd be probably pretty good. So you don't get the effect as infinite if you create a copy token. No, I know. It's good that it says that. It is good. I think it's interesting. I just think it's fucking strange. Also, she rebuilds a sword and puts a freaking, like, knife bit on it, which is just very strange. It's not too bad. Yeah, no, I think it's fine. Oh god, yeah, that'd be pretty good. Part of a scythe, probably? Probably. Alright, I'm putting my glasses on. I forgot I actually, like, should be wearing them. Was shamed into putting my glasses on. Galvanic Iteration. Blue-red instance, when you cast your next instant search spell this turn, copy that spell, you may choose new targets for the copy. We've seen versions of this card before, but this one has flashback, which means that if it's in your graveyard, you can use it again. It's fine. Ow, fuck. Step. I think I stepped on a very dry piece of rice and it hurt me. But yeah, this seems totally fine. Not gonna linger on it too much. I don't play blue-red very often. Seems alright. Contortionist Troop. Weirdos. But done by one of the best artists of all time. X and green creature human. This is a typo. It should totally say human Hydra. Enters the battlefield with X 1/1 counters on it. Cool. Covenant at the beginning of your end step if you control 3 creatures with different power. For what it's worth, it includes these. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. So this can make itself bigger. It can make other things bigger. I think it's kind of cool. Hydruman, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I really like this in the +1/+1 counter style deck. Because it doesn't, like, you don't have to have your opponent do something to make this bigger, right? Like, it's very similar to the Hydra that makes itself bigger when another creature gets a +1/+1 counter, right? And I don't think this is good enough for a 60 card historic counters deck. But I think for Brawl, and I think for Wildwood Skirts, thank you. And I think for +1/+1 counter EDH, I think this is probably pretty reasonable. Because I feel like it's not that hard to control 3 creatures with different power in those formats. In 60 card, possibly, but in those formats should be relatively fine. Beloved Beggar. This card's really cool. On the front side, it's a kind of garbage card. Like, a pretty, in my opinion, a pretty garbage card. But, you know, it protects your life total directly, so that's nice. And then, of course, if it's in your graveyard, you can cast it for your Disturb cause. Bada bing, bada boom. It becomes a 4/4 with flying and vigilance, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, all of the Disturbed cards, if they would be put into the graveyard from anywhere, I exile them instead. But what's cool is that you can, like, blink this, essentially, to get the Beggar back. You can return it to your hand. Like, you can do a bunch of different things. 6 mana, 4/4, what a deal. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Works with the new Teo from Jumpstart Historic Horizons. I guess that's true. I don't like the card particularly, but I do find the flavor of it top notch, and for that I love it. Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. I do think that's very cool. That this guy who, like, everyone loves, you know, everyone loves this guy, you know, he's down in his luck. And then, you know, then he dies. And he's like, I'm going to give back to the community that gave back to me, and he's going to patrol the streets. I think that's awesome. Lands! Also, what's up, CM? These are what, the slow lands? It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more other lands. So these come in tapped early on. Late game, they come in untapped. So these are definitely more aimed at control decks. I will say, it's only if you cast it. Would be better if they entered the battlefield from the graveyard. What? You may cast this card from your graveyard. Transformed. Could you explain that? I don't get it. All I can see, and I'm very sorry for this, all I can see is a Scarecrow doing the Hail Hitler. Oh, reanimation. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. These are new. They're similar to these, though. But yeah, all I can see is a Scarecrow doing the Heil, man. I understand that they're pointing, but still. Also, I will be incredibly upset if Wizards doesn't complete this fucking cycle in Crimson Vow. Seriously. I hate when they do shit like this. Scarecrow, right here. Scarecrow, right here. Scarecrow, right here. Whoops. Scarecrow, right there. But yeah, the white-blue one is the most Haley. That they're going to see play between the shock check and cycling. The non-basic land slots are tight. I mean, for standard. I'm waiting for them to complete this Strixhaven land set. Yeah, I hate so much when they do stuff like that, man. I think these are better than checks generally. Yeah, I think these are better than checks. Jadar, dual Caller of Nephalia. Say 1 in black, 1/1, human wizard. At the beginning of your end step, if you control no creatures with Decayed, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. You know, it keeps your board kind of full. It feels very much like an Ophiomancer style card. It's a 1/1 right off the bat. Not a big fan of that. It's also not a zombie itself. Not a big fan of that. I don't like this card. Yeah, I don't like this card. New commander, apparently. We got Tovalar, Dire Overlord. 3 mana for a 3/3. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. This is not whenever 1 or more. This is whenever a wolf or werewolf you control deals combat damage to a player. First of all, the fact that this counts wolves and werewolves, thank you very much. Second of all, you just get to draw cards when you hit motherfuckers. That's great. I love it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more wolves and or werewolves, it becomes night. Then, transform any number of human werewolves you control. So, I respect that they've built in a way for the old werewolves to work with Tovalar. It's fantastic. Love it. Great. But while it's nighttime, he can't help them. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control does combat damage, play or draw a card. I'm glad that they kept that text on the backside. Then it just has Kessig Wolf Run on itself. Target wolf or werewolf you control. Well, I guess it's more limited in this case, but you know, gets +X, +O, and gains trample until end of turn. It's a way that you can use your mana on your turn without, you know, double casting spells. I think it's pretty cool. Honestly, I don't care all that much about this side. And the reason is, I would rather have, instead of the Kessig wolf thing, right? Instead of this, I would much rather if this punished players for casting 2 spells, or if this card said, it requires 3 spells to become day, I think that would be much better as a werewolf commander, right? Because like this is fine, this is okay. But if instead it said, like, in order for it to become day, a player has to cast 3 spells on their turn, I just think that would be better. It also doesn't say only once, so it's 2 mana, give a werewolf trample. I did not consider that. And it doesn't tap itself. Okay, I'm higher on this card now. I do like this card more now that I recognize that. I still would have liked to see it be harder to transform back, but I didn't recognize that. I do like that. So very obvious, like, new werewolf commander. I have an Ulrich deck. Ulrich is, like, just fine. Rule of Law says hi. I can't play Rule of Law in a red-green deck, thank you. Sigarda, Champion of Light. 1 green dub white. Flying trample. Humans you control get +1/+1. Sigarda likes to pump up the humans. Coven. Whenever Sigarda attacks, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, like the top 5 cards of your library, you can reveal a human creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Yeah, when she attacks, you can get a human. That's pretty cool. So she's like a human commander, not really an angel commander. Flample on an angel irks me. I think it's fine. Green is allowed to have trample. I personally would have preferred if she maintained hexproof, though. Like, her first one, she has hexproof. Her second one, she gives you and humans hexproof. If this one just, like, gave hexproof as well, like, I think it would have been better if she kept the hexproof thing. Or even ward, yeah. If she had ward instead of trample, I think that'd be fine. Because you don't have to connect with this, so... Yeah, I think it'd be better if she had ward something. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely grab that. It's possible, like, maybe it was too strong with ward. Like, maybe they printed it at, or they play tested it with ward. It was too strong, so they took it away, but then it was a little bit weaker than they wanted, so they gave her trample. I don't know exactly. We might see a design column that talks about it. But yeah, overall, I think she's cool. It's another relatively inexpensive angel that I'm going to be putting, legendary creature for that matter, that I'm going to be putting in Captain Sisay. So, Vigilance Ward would be thematic too. I mean, giving her Vigilance and Ward might be a bit much. No, the witches on Innistrad are good, apparently. Secret of the Key. Blue mana, instant, investigate. If the spell was cast from the graveyard, investigate twice instead. Flashback, 3 blue. It's a way to give you, it's like a cheap artifact. It's 3 mana to draw a card, essentially, but you can put that across 2 different turns, which is fine. The most important part about this is the flavor text. As Sigarda and Sorin battled, Arlen and Teferi recovered the key from the Markov catacombs. Very curious to see why this is happening. Really interesting to see why Sorin's being a dick again. Hey, look, it's a werewolf. 4 mana, 2/5. Turns into a 6/5. It's a vanilla card. This werewolf is not worth playing in things. Bait Hook Angler. 2 mana, 2/1 with Disturb, and it becomes a flying 1/2. which is a bit strange. Well, is it? I don't know. This card actually seems like really good. Shitty Delver? Sorry, I should say, this card seems really good in Limited. Yeah, this card just seems pretty good in Limited.
Subscribed. Woohoo for the next set.
Thanks for the subscription, Slima, yeah, Lord. I wonder if Arena will actually make the boards have a day-night effect. Okay, so I wanna make a prediction that when it becomes day or night, a little sun or moon is gonna be on one of the sides of the board, or maybe it'll be in the middle of the board. But I think it'll, if they do anything, I think it'll just be like a moon or a sun. I think that's how they're gonna do it. I don't think it's gonna be like a whole board thing. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Candle Trap. White mana enchanted creature has defender, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by enchanted creature. So it can still have damage dealt to it. Whatever. But yeah, Coven to white, sacrifice it, exile enchanted creature. So it's a like I can't deal with it right now. I have enough mana to Candle Trap it. I'll deal with it later. Pretty cool. In before small emblem on the side, like Ascended. Ascended. City's, oh, like, okay. Like City's Blessing. Yeah, probably. As long as it's not one of their Play-Doh 3D animations, I'm happy. Fair. Isn't that it doesn't reduce power to 0 if damage can't be prevented? The creature still dies? No, the creature dies regardless. It prevents the combat damage that would be dealt by it. Or unless you're saying the thing that it's blocking dies. Candlelit Cavalry is a 4-green human knight with Coven. If you control it, blah blah blah, it gains triple until end of turn. This card is maybe fine in Limited. I don't actually know, but seems fine maybe. Might of the Old Ways. It's a 1-green instance. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and you can draw a card if you have the Coven requirement. I think it's pretty cool. Decent. Like, actually, this is probably a dumb good combat trick in Limited. Like, this seems actually pretty nice, especially because like the fact that you're buffing a creature means that you might go from a situation where you have 2 creatures with the same power, and then one with a different one. The fact that says then, yeah, no, I completely agree. I think this card is. I think this card's probably gonna be sick and Limited, right? And yeah, like this just seems really good. Dawnheart Rejuvenator, 4 mana, 2/4 human warlock. I love your birch tree pants, bruh. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Sure. And then you can tap it to add a mana of any color. I don't know how much mana is going to be required in this Limited format. I don't see this as being particularly useful. I mean, it has Pillowfield Lock stats, and it gains you 3 life, so that it's not terrible. Warlock, not Shaman. No, we've learned that Shamans are actually sorcerers. Apparently. Arrogant Outlaw. 2 and a black Vampire Noble for a 3/2. When it enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Fun fact. This appears to be the unnamed mechanic that vampires have. If an opponent has lost life already, you get an extra effect. So each opponent will lose 2, and then you gain 2. Cool. This is very similar to... Just want to make sure they're close. I think it's Bloodthirst. Yeah, it's very similar to Bloodthirst. The main difference here is that this is just lost life. This is specifically dealt damage, and they only ever get +1. Like, they only ever get counters. So I think it's very interesting. I wouldn't have been surprised if they just had Bloodthirst on vampires, but yeah, it's fine. I'm not sure that I like Spectacle on all vampires. Oh, is this actually Spectacle? Oh, yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, okay. It's like Spectacle, but instead of changing the cost, it does something extra. Yeah, okay. It's modified Spectacle more. Yeah. I'm not sure that I like Spectacle on vampires. Well, you know, it's not entirely a Spectacle, but it makes sense. You know, the vampires, like, they smell blood. I think it's fine. Brimstone Vandal is a 3-mana 2/3 devil with menace. Who doesn't love Menace? If it's neither day... So this is the thing where there are some cards in the set that care about it flipping between day and night. Vampires are sparkly and that's not Spectacle. And that's a Spectacle. Jeez, shut up. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as it enters the battlefield. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, Brimstone Vandal deals 1 damage to each opponent. Now, notably, this does not deal damage the turn it comes into play, because if it's neither day nor night, it becomes day, and this only deals damage if it becomes day from night or night from day. Seems like a fun card. Good? Probably not. Fun? Yes. One day my Menace Tribal deck can be tier 1, mark my words. Okay. Storm Rider Spirit. 4 blue for a 3/3 flash flyer. This is a great card in limited. Next. Famished Foragers. 4 mana for a 4/3 creature vampire. When entering the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, add red, or trip red, as I like to say. And then, for 3, discard a card, draw a card. This card's interesting. This card's very interesting. Notably, if you have any red cost reducers, right? Any red cost reducers at all, this card essentially is free, right? So if you have, what the hell is her name? Hazard's Monument. If you have, Bergie, it's not a reduction, but Bergie will give you that additional red. You can get some pretty Gruul and Archomancer. Yes, a Narcomancer, that is another one. Assistant with the 7-month subscription. Thank you very much. Hey, 3 + 4 is 7. Yeah, no, I think this card's very interesting, and I don't think there's gonna be any weird stuff. Immortal Sun, just more. I don't think there's gonna be any like combo stuff with it yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see something with this in Historic in the near future. Defenestrate. I love this. For those of you who don't know, Defenestrate means literally to like be thrown from a window. Auto Defenestration is when you throw yourself from a window. I fucking love the name of this card. It's 2 black, instant, destroy target creature without flying. It's good limited removal. It's good limited removal. Like, it just doesn't have flying. Goodbye. That's it. It's decent limited removal, and fun fact, that's only 3 mana instead of like 5. Black, opposite of Plummet. Yeah. Should be called Yeet. Yeet. Ooh. Apparently Chandra is on Innistrad. She's not in the set. At least not in Midnight Hunt. But she apparently is there. I love the flavor text. Oh gosh, what was it? The chaplain would perhaps have found some small comfort had he known that the replacement window would be named in his honor. I don't think he would. I don't think the chaplain would. My guess is that she's getting a card in Crimson Vow. I hope she doesn't. I don't care about Chandra. Like, I really don't. I'd much rather see Liliana crop up out of nowhere. Then again, maybe I'm a Liliana simp. I don't know. I'm definitely a Bolas simp. Oh, wait. I'm not allowed to say that on Twitch. I'm banned! Blood of the Night. X and red. Deal X damage to any target. Deals X+1 instead if the target is a creature or planeswalker. That's kind of cool, actually. And it doesn't say X can't be 0. So if you really have to deal 1 damage to a creature or planeswalker, you can kill it. Oh, she became Dean? I didn't know she became Dean. I would like to see an exciting Sorin. Garrick is okay now that he's a dad. Arlen's the only redhead I need. Gotcha. I know she decided to stay at the school. Fair. Yeah, I like the fact that you can just do X for this, or X = 0 for this if you have to. Yeah, I think that's cool. And then, remove X loyalty counters from among planeswalkers you control. If you cast this spell this way, X can't be 0. This one seems strange. Like, I guess this is like... I don't know. I don't know if this is good. I'm going to be putting it in Chandra Tribal. It features Chandra, and it can potentially just kill your opponent there. But, I don't know. They said that in this Mafia City set, there would be a gang with zombies. Maybe Liliana business stonks, so she can come to Innistrad. Wait, they said there was going to be a gang with zombies? Color me fucking intrigued. I didn't know that. Seems like a weaker Banefire, I agree. Works well with War Chandra. That is true. It does work nicely with War Chandra. Doll Stitcher. 2 and a blue. For a 2/3. When you cast an instant sorcery spell, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. Alright. Absolutely disgusting. Black, blue, red, zombie mafia. Most likely, yep. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more creature tokens, you may transform Doll Stitcher. Cool. Turns into Toy Factory, which is horrifying. Just, they're like blue and stuff, man. This is wrong. This guy's nuts. Wait, what? Not a lot of Planeswalkers in set. Plus, it seems to flavorfully suggest Chandra is dying. I don't think that's the case. It looks like she's handling herself fine. That guy's living his good life. Don't judge him. Sure, okay, sure. Anyway, creature tokens you control lose all abilities and have base power and toughness 3/3. So this means that your zombie tokens will no longer be decayed, and they'll be buffed, but it does mean your other tokens, like, they don't have Death Touch anymore, they don't have Trample anymore. I feel like maybe this should have just been like, creature tokens you control lose decayed, but whatever. Innistrad has always had blue zombies, right? Yeah. Yeah, the blue ones are the Frankenstein ones, the black ones are the Rise from the Dead ones. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may transform Toy Factory. I really appreciate the fact that you can transform this if you need to. I think that's pretty cool. Unless you play it after... Wait, what? Unless you play it after you get the factory? It should still work. Unless I'm missing something. Village Watch. 5 mana for a 4/3 haste. And then it flips, and werewolves you control have haste. I do not think this card's worth playing. Yeah, cool, it has haste, and it gives your wolves and werewolves haste, but for 5 mana and with a lower toughness, I don't think it's very good. Wait. Oh yeah, the Toy Factory is not legendary. That's fucking horrifying. Anyway, Ominous Roost. It's a 3-mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, or whenever you cast a spell from your graveyard, create a 1/1 blue bird creature token with flying, and this creature can block only creatures with flying. 1 Raven's a bad omen. 2 are cursed. I don't know what this is, but it can't be good. Love it. It's a layering thing. If you play Death Baron after you flipped into Factory, your zombies will have Death Touch. Right. From cards, the tokens enter with the effect on them. Doll Factory sees the base card and removes it. Yeah, layers are weird. I will agree with that. Foul Play. 2 mana. Sorcery. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. Investigate. So this is a modified, like, eliminate style card. You get to investigate, which is nice. Probably, maybe okay in limited. Again, not very sure. The investigate's nice, but... Wait, why is Investigate in this set? Is Investigate deciduous? Did they make that a deciduous keyword? They said that they're not going to have Emrakul, but, the reason, like, they've mentioned that in the lore, the citizens of Innistrad do think that Emrakul being in the moon is why they have an issue. Ancestral Mirror is fucked. It's 1 in a black artifact. Pay. Jesus Christ, this is not a good transcription. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing. Pay 1, tap it, pay 1 life, discard a card. Then, draw a card, then mill a card, then place a ritual counter on the Ancestral Mirror. Then, if there are 3 or more ritual counters on it, remove them all and transform it, activate only as a sorcery. Then it becomes a flying 4/4 demon with 2 and a black, exile target creature from a graveyard. Put a counter on it. Love this. It feels very, I can't remember the book. The novel, but whatever. I think it's fun. Sealing an Eldrazi in your moon has side effects. Who would have thought? They didn't technically seal her in the moon. She did it herself. She allowed herself to be put in the moon, which is even scarier. She's like, yeah, no, I shouldn't be here right now. Hey, look, it's a reprint. Whoop-de-doo. Geist Flame Reservoir is pretty cool. 3 mana artifact. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, put a charge counter on Geist Flame Reservoir. 1 and a red, tap, remove any number of charge counters, which I appreciate. From it, it deals that much damage to any target. Cool. You can store up your charges and shoot somebody. And then one red, tap, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. And the fact that it says play means that you can play a land with it. I think this card's just generally fun. I think it's a very interesting way to give red some like fine action, to be honest. Like a spell slinger style red brawl / EDH deck. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. It's an cool card. Oh cool? It's an cool card. Can't stay away. This is morbid as fuck. I believe that this is the flesh of their dead cat friend. I believe that's what's going on here, which is fucked. White and black, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains if this creature would die, exile it instead. What's fun is that you can blink that creature, and voila, does not have that anymore. Flashback, 3 white, black. This is a double removal, or a double unearth spell. Now, unearth, you only get, it costs 1 less, but you only get to do it once, but it does have cycling, so that's nice. But the thing is, right, it's pretty good. Cat Oven Illustrated, oh my god. No, it's a cat whose spirit came back to eat with his friends. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna choose to believe that's the correct thing. I do like this card though. I think it's pretty good. I think mana value 3 or less is like high enough that this card can see actual play. Doomblade Scoundrel. So this is one of the black werewolves. 4 mana for a 4/3. When it becomes blocked, creatures blocking it get -1/-1 until end of turn. Cool. It's all creatures blocking it, which is nice. So it's harder to be double blocked. And then of course it turns into a 5/4. When it becomes blocked, creatures blocking it get -1/-1, blah blah blah. But whenever a creature blocking it dies, its controller loses 1 life. Once again, I don't love this card. I don't think it's great. Now this card is great. Also, yeah, why no -1/-1 counters? So sad. I want more counters. Curse of Leeches. Holy shit. Look at that art. That is horrifying. Also, I guess I could like zoom in. Probably should have zoomed in a while ago, but no one told me to zoom in. 3 mana. Enchant player. As this permanent transforms into Curse of Leeches, attach it to a player. This means that if it flips around, cool. But also, what this means, which is pretty sick, what this means is that if it's, if you attach it to someone, then it transforms, and then that first player dies, you can bring it back and enchanting it to a different person. I think that's pretty cool. At the beginning of Enchanted player's upkeep, they lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. I just think that's fucking hilarious. It's not, it's not super strong, but the fact that it turns into a 4/4 lifelink creature is awesome. It's a leech horror. This is just the coolest thing. I love this so much. I love this so much. It's adorable. Consuming Ooze. Look, it's an ooze. 5 mana. It's 5 mana Tarmogoyf stats. Its power is equal to the number of card types. Oh, it literally is Tarmogoyf stats. Did not realize that. Anyway, beginning of your end step, create a copy of this, except it doesn't have the create a copy of this. Wait, what? Oh, it's your graveyard? Why? This is so much worse. Like, it's fine. Make it at least 4 mana then. Like, just fucking, like, quad green it if you have to. But, like, it's only your graveyard? Come on. This is so much worse. Ooze. Anyway, Rite of Harmony. Green and a white. Whenever creature or enchantment enters the battlefield you control this turn, draw a card. I guess Glimpse of Nature wasn't good enough. And then you flashback it for 2 green-white. This is going to be good in EDH. Might have even played in CDH. Who knows? This seems very strong. This seems like incredibly strong. I hate it. Curse of Shaken Faith. 2 mana for a curse. Enchant player. When enchanted player casts a spell, other than the first spell they cast each turn, or copies the spell, Curse of Shaken Faith deals 2 damage to them. Cool. This is a werewolf curse. I know it has, like, devils back here, but this really is like a werewolf curse. You're essentially, like, disincentivizing, someone to cast second spells. That's cool. Cool. I like it. It's only 2 mana, which is nice. It means that it's not going to be too much of a burden to cast if you want to cast it. It's still decent in a Curses EDH deck or Curses Brawl deck, I guess. We might get enough Curses. Just when he realizes the 2 mana Zombo Lord has blue. No, I know. I know. I'm upset. Fang Blade Thief is a 4 mana. Fuck, this thing's thick, dude. Huge. 4 mana, 3/4. 1 in a red. Fang Blade Thief gets +1/+0 and first strike until end of turn. Whoop-de-doo. On the other side, it's a 4/5, which is nice. Has the same... Wait a minute. Why doesn't it give itself first strike this time? Is that not... No, I think it does give itself first strike. It just wasn't translated as that. Yeah, okay. It does get first strike there. But also, this gives your other all of your creatures +2/+0. It's okay. I still don't like it as a constructed werewolf. And that's one of the issues I'm seeing, is I'm not seeing a lot of good constructed werewolves yet. Stuck in the Cemetery. This guy's fun. 2 mana enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, if you control 5 or more cards in your graveyard, tap enchanted creature. Enchanted creature doesn't untap during its control's untap step. Haha! Get fucked. Well, we don't know if they're stronger during the day. We don't know if there's not cards stronger during the day yet. I can. Oh, I meant to delete. Whoops. I meant to delete the person. That's fine. Who cares? Clear Shot. I've got the shot. 3 mana instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. It's a better fight style card. It's instant speed, which is great. I like it. It's good stuff. It's good. It's instant. So in the werewolf deck. Wait, this is actually pretty funny, right? Because this is the flavor text is like this is working against the werewolves, but this is a werewolf card, right? This is a card where you pass the turn in a werewolf deck, so your werewolves flip, right? And now your werewolves are stronger. And so you now have a removal spell for a creature. Fun in the Death Touch deck as well. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But, like, it's funny that this is, like, flavored against wolves. This is better in a wolf deck because it's an instant that is also removal based on your creature's strength. And werewolves are bigger at night. This is actually hilarious. Siege Zombie. Cool art. Excuse me. Belagaran Zombie. Meant to use at night when wolves are stronger. Yeah, I guess technically that does make sense, yeah. Anyway, 1 in a black for a 2/2. It's a bear. Tap 3, untap creature you control. Each opponent loses 1 life. Yeah, it can tap itself, which is cool. You can use your decayed zombies for this, so instead of blocking, you just tap them, I guess. But I feel like you'd rather just attack. But yes, I think this is a fine common. Yeah, I think this is a fine common. Flame Channeler. 2 mana 2/2, Human Vizard. When a spell you control deals damage, Transformer. Cool. When a spell you control deals damage, put a flame counter on the embodiment of flame, which is now an elemental. Pay 1, remove flame counter from embodiment of flame, Exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. You only remove one at a time, but you can remove as many as you want. So, seems fine, honestly. Probably control deals combat damage to... Yeah, just combat damage, not even... Or, deals damage. Put a flame counter on it. Do we think this is going to see play in Burn? It is a wizard. Like, that's what I'm asking, Lord Uber Shuffle. It's a wizard, which matters in some versions of Burn. It becomes a 3/3, which is strong, and it becomes a 3/3 doing something that you already want to do. And every time you have more damage from your spells... No shot. All right. Look, I don't read, so I will defer to y'all. I think it could be in slower burn decks. Okay. Could she play in standard burn? Burn doesn't care about body size. I will defer to the wisdom of chat on this one. I'm so sad about this card. First of all, 4 mana, 4/4, Gisa Glorious Resurrector. Just fantastic art. Both of them. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic. I love it. 4/4 instead of a 3/4. 1 less mana. Awesome. I love that. I really do. Just is not well read. I like it. I love that. I really do. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Okay, that's fine. At the beginning of your upkeep, put all creature cards exiled with Gisa, blah blah blah, under your control. They gain Decayed. They don't become a zombie. It's tied to Gisa. So if Gisa dies, or you have to flicker Gisa or something like that, you don't get the zombies. I really wish that, like, exile it instead with a shovel counter on it or something. And then it just said at the beginning of your upkeep, put all creature cards exiled with shovel counters on them onto the battlefield under your control. Don't get the totally not zombies. Yeah, that I feel like that's just an oversight. They want to avoid the feels bad of Turgrid. More flavor this way, though. I guess that is true. But the thing is less flavor that they don't become zombies. I feel like that has to be an oversight. Like the fact that they don't become zombies. That's just strange. Should have made them zombies. And the thing, right? The exile is permanent, though, if Gisa is removed. Yes. Yes, it is. Also, like, the Decayed means a lot less when you're exiling your opponent's creatures, because it's possible that what you're getting isn't something that you want to attack with or block with anyway. Right? You could be getting useful cards, you know, things with activated abilities, things with triggers, etc., etc. Geralf is, I believe Geralf is confirmed getting a card in the next set. She should bonk someone with her shovel, that would be funny. So, like, the issue, right, is that because she doesn't make zombies, she's not a good zombie general. Like, she's not a good zombie commander. And that's sad, right? Like, Gisa is not a good zombie commander. I don't even know if I'd put this card in the 99. She's a good removal commander? Yeah, I guess. But, like, I hope you see, like, why I'm so incredibly disappointed. I love Gisa. I love zombies. But this just ain't it, Chief. Hobbling Zombie, 3 mana, 2/2 with Death Touch. When it dies, create a 2/2 Black Zombie with the Decayed. I think that's hilarious. It's a 3 mana for 4/4 worth of stats. She should be a 3/5 IMO. Otherwise, she has counter synergy with any blackboard wipe. But Eric Brammer says it's broken, so it must be broken. I don't get it. Yeah, oh, and Death Touch? Yeah, I totally forgot the and Death Touch part. I think this is pretty sick. I see someone try to stop you, my pet. How delightful. This is great. I love this card. It's really cool. Is it good? Like, good enough to see non-limited play? Probably not. Anyway. I should probably, like, touch Arena for a second. Oh my gosh. Pantry Zombie. Single blue for a 1/3 zombie with Defender. Reasonable. Tap 3 untapped creature you control, like the top card of your library. You may put that card into the graveyard. It's essentially like a weird surveil. I think it's cool. It's a 1/3. Honestly, this might not be bad in, like, an Arcade Sabbath deck, right? Because, like, you'll have untapped creatures a decent amount. And this can help you draw what you need. That's 3 toughness on as a 1-drop. Like, that's not bad. Panty Zombie. Wow, incredibly disgusting. That's cool. I think it's cool. We're getting a reprint of Dissipate. Awesome. This card... this card sees play. It's nice. Card selection is nice, yeah. But then you're playing Arcades, means it's a meme anyway. Bruh, Arcades will kick your ass in Historic Brawl if you don't prepare for it. Nice art. I think I prefer the old art of Dissipate, to be honest. This is nice. But just have removal forehead. Here we get to this. So, many of you who've watched me for a long time, know that I've been just crying for the fact that zombies have not had a 2-mana lord. Because we have a bunch of 2-mana lords. Squirrels, Merfolk, Knights, other cards that I don't feel like thinking about right now, or other tribes that I don't care about thinking about. They've gotten 2-mana lords. So I was just begging, Wizards, please, make a 2-mana zombie lord. This is not what I had in mind. At all. Quite bored.
Subscribe.
Devil's Assistant gifting 5 tier 1s. Thank you very much, Devil's Assistant. You and Enigma currently are tied today.
Subscribe.
Your Oops All Lords deck still works because you're playing blue for Narf. Yeah, no, I mean, it still works in that, for sure. But the thing is, right? 2-mana lords are often 2 colors, though. Yeah, Lord Uber Shuffle. That's not what I care about, right? What I care about is the fact that this gives +1/+0.
Subscribe.
Good flavor once again. This motivates the zombies, but does not make them more durable. I completely disagree. I am bothered by the fact that this is not just a 2-mana 2/2. Other zombies get +1/+1. Why? It upsets me. It upsets the shit out of me, okay? It should just be +1/+1 and a 2/2. Because the thing that I like about zombies is that they're annoying to get rid of. I think I know why, Decade. I understand that, but I'm still sad about it. What I hope this card's fine, right? This card is legitimately fine. Fantastic art by Dave Kendall here. You know, it's a 2-mana 2/3 as well. Like, those are good. That's a good stat line, right? That is a good stat line. Makes all of your other zombies even more annoying on the attack. Cool. That's awesome. I just really hope that this doesn't preclude them from making a mono black, even if it's black, 2-mana 2/2. Other zombies you control get +1/+1. Something like that. I'm hoping that we can still get that in the nearish future. Gabby Dungard, the card that everyone and their mother loves. 1 white for a 3/3 human soldier with ward 1. It becomes day as it enters. Only if it's neither day nor night, though. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card with mana value 3 or less from among them and put it in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So this is very similar to Militia Bugler. The difference is that Bugler is power 2 or less, so you sometimes can't hit certain things. And the other thing is Bugler only has 2 power. which, you know, is good when you need other Beguilers. This thing can actually kill your opponent. What if they got +1, +0, and Menace? But that's still not what I think it's... This fits right into D&T and Blink. How? How would this fit into D&T and Blink? Because this it doesn't change it from to day or night by itself, unless it's neither. If it's already night, it doesn't become day. I think that this is, like, the thing is, right, I think this is a decent card for Death and Taxes in a vacuum. Like, on paper, this is a good Death and Taxes card. At this point, we already have too many good 3-drops. Inhumans? Yeah, Inhumans seems pretty decent. Devoted Graph Keeper. White-blue for a 2/1 human peasant. When it enters the battlefield, mill 2 cards. Whenever you cast a spell from a graveyard, tap target creature you don't control. Disturb for 3. Can only block creatures with flying, but it's a 3/1. Again, I think this card is nuts. You can get Spellbinder or whatnot. That's true. That's very true. I love this card, actually, and I guess Disturb is in white blue, which makes sense. That's the spirit colors. But again, like, this just seems decent, right? It enters the battlefield, mills you 2 cards. It has 2 power for stat on the front end. You can, like, if you cast Disturb spells, if you cast Flashback spells, like, if you cast Jumpstart spells, you get to tap a creature that it's don't control, which is meh. But you get to tap them down, and then while it's in the graveyard, you can just pay 3 mana for a 3/1. That's just gonna punch your opponent in the face. I think it's pretty cool. Seems very weird to see self-milling Azorius. It's allowed because of white. I think it's allowed because of white. Great for Escanta. What kind of fucking Escanta deck are you playing? Not busted, but cool. Yep, that essentially is my opinion on it. Lunar Frenzy. Red X. Instant. Target creature you control gets +X, +0, gains first strike and triple until end of turn. Creature you control. I'm upset that it's a creature you control. I do wish you could, like, in EDH, just, like, surprise kill someone with someone during someone else's combat step. I think that's pretty cool. Oh, yep. Daniel, thank you very much. I did totally forget that this card just gives first strike and triple for 1 mana. I did forget about that. That's pretty sick. This is I still wish that you could target a creature you don't control, but still, literally 1 mana for first strike and trample, or 2 mana for +1. Like, +1 and first strike is actually, like, awesome. It's okay for standard, but it ain't no cleave. Yeah, because cleave is fucking stupid. It should have never been printed. I will stay upset. Lutadora de Lisa Falconwrath, alright. Falconwrath Pitfighter is a single red mana vampire warrior. It's a 2/1. Horrifying. 1 mana or 2/1s. Very scary. 1 in a red, discard a card, sacrifice a vampire, draw 2 cards, activate only if an opponent lost life this turn. 1 in a red, discard a card. The fact that you have to also sacrifice a vampire seems not great, but I guess the idea is that you just play this in, like, aggro or something, and then, like, once this becomes outclassed, you can sack this, discard a land to draw 2 cards. The fact that it's a warrior might matter. No, it's fine. I don't play red enough. I don't really know. Arcane Infusion. Blue-red for an instant. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant or sorcery card from among them and put them into your hand. Put it into your hand, put the rest in the bottom of your library in a random order, and then flashback. Very good for spell slinging decks. Bad expressive iteration. It's not bad expressive iteration. It's different. It's different. I think it's fine. Hey, look, we're finally seeing an actually good, constructed, playable werewolf. Classic naturalist. Look, he cares about the doggy. He cares about the doggy. Oh yeah, that is an important point that Query mentioned. This is an instant, right? So it is absolutely different than expressive iteration. But like, if I'm playing Bolas, right, and I need a board wipe, yes, continue listening to Hollow Knight, please. If I'm looking for a board wipe, this is good to have on the end step. I'm here and pleased to say that YouTube video sound is Chef's Kiss now. Awesome. Thank you very much. Also has flashbacks so you can get an extra use from it. Yeah, that's true. That's so true. I think it's a good card. But Classic Naturalist. Hey, look, I'm seeing Fatal Push bait. Query, stop being mean to me. Stop telling me the truth. Too bad there's no 4-mana board wipe in black. Enigma, why do you have to hurt me? Anyway, 2-mana 2/2. When it attacks, add red or green. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. That's awesome, right? You essentially can accelerate to 4 mana with this card. You play it on turn 2. You attack. Even if it ends up dying, you know, I mean, it might. You can play a 4-drop. You can play New Arlen's also 4, right? She's not 5. Yeah, you can play New Arlen. Blah. And then when it transforms, has the same thing, but also just is a wolf lord. That's awesome. This card's great. I love it. I absolutely love it. Can't wait to play it. It's awesome. The Celestus. Ooh, the Celestus. 3-mana legendary artifact. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as Celestus enters the battlefield. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, sure. So this essentially is a kind of normal 3-mana artifact that can add mana of any color. Cool. It's legendary, but that doesn't really matter when we're playing it in things like Brawl and Commander. 3 and tap. If it's night, it becomes day. Otherwise, it becomes night. Activate only as a sorcery. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, you gain 1 life. You may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. The annoying part is that you have to activate this as a sorcery, but I understand why they've done this. But I think, you know, it's fine. I think it's fine. It gains you a life, which is just a little sprinkle, just tacked on. But being able to filter as well. Like, essentially, this is a just like a 3-mana tap, filter a card. So I think it's cool. I like this card. Can shut down time shift shenanigans. Don't you mean it does time shift shenanigans? Vampire Socialite, black and a red, for a 2/2 with menace. Whenever it enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a 1/1 counter on each vampire you control. Includes herself, which is fucking sick. As long as an opponent lost life this turn, each other vampire you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. This seems really strong. This seems very, very strong. Not legendary, by the way. Very true. Turn 1. Right, turn 1, you play the Vampire Knight whose name I constantly forget. Turn 2, you attack with it. Play this. Your knight is now a 2/3. She is now a 3/3. Next turn, you attack for 4 damage. If you have to, you can activate the Vampire Knight, whose name I will never remember. Knight of the Ebon Hand? Knight of the Ebon Legion, something like that? No, that doesn't seem right. Anyway, you attack. Maybe they take 4. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Oh, okay. Maybe they take 4, right? Your knight is going to get a 1/1 counter, like, regardless, because of the fact that it has its own ability. And then, oh, Menace! I forgot about the fact that she has Menace! I forgot that she has Menace! So yes, it's even less likely that she's going to be blocked on turn 3. And then, on turn 3, you play 2 vampires. Bada bing, bada boom. Query, ha ha ha, I know what you're referencing. I get it. Yeah, no, I legitimately think this card is nuts. Seize the Storm. 5-mana sorcery. Create a red elemental creature token with trample. This creature's power and toughness equals the number of instant sorcery cards in your graveyard plus the number of cards with flashback you own in exile. Similar-ish to, I'm surprised they don't have it here, the Drake. The red, blue Drake. I don't remember this thing. And it has flashback 6 red. Cool. It's fine. Vampire Pseudo Lord better than Zombie Lord. Yup. Graveyard Trespasser, second mono black wolf, 3 mana for a 3/3 ward human werewolf. Ward is discard a card. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. If a creature card was exiled this way, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. It has good stats, right? 3 mana, 3/3. It has some sort of protection, which is nice. And then of course you can exile cards from your opponent's graveyard. That matters in this format, but it just matters in general, right? I think it's pretty decent. Only good because it's a word. Like even if it didn't have word, I think it'd still be fine. Because you get to exile a creature. Yeah, and then of course it becomes a 4/4 that it can exile too. Yeah, I like this card. There's only gonna be 3 black werewolves, so there's no way it's justifiable to splash black for the werewolves, I don't think, but I've heard some people complaining that a lot of werewolves are basically the same on both sides. I don't get what they're complaining about. Once we get through the rest of these, I'm gonna look at the old werewolves. Curse of Silence. People ask me what I thought about this card, and I thought it's trash. It's a white enchant player curse. As curse enters the battlefield, choose a card name. Spells with the chosen name enchanted player cast cost 2 more to cast. Whenever enchanted player casts a spell with the chosen name, you may sacrifice it. If you do, draw a card. It's cool that you may sacrifice it. I don't like this card. Because, yes, it makes... So the thing, right? So it's very similar to Silver Squirrel Silencer. And kind of similar to Meddling Mage. But it's worse than both of those. You can target yourself to cycle. Yeah, that's an incredibly expensive cycle. Not sure why you would, but you could, yeah. You could name their commander and to give them a pre-commander tax, I guess, just to make it a little bit more expensive, which is fine, I guess, but my bet is that this is going to be banned in Historic Brawl, which is like the only place it's going to really matter, I think. If you have ways of getting enchantments back from your graveyard, then yeah, this is possibly fine. I'm going to double check with my Daxos deck, my enchantment Daxos deck, to see how many ways I have of returning enchantments from my graveyard to the battlefield, and then maybe it's fine. And then cast Mirror Maid and stack a ton of... Now that's just fucking rude. But the thing is, right, generally speaking, if I want to tax a specific card, I either want to be sure that they have it, or if I'm not sure that they have it, I want it to not be able to be cast at all, right? So with Meddling Mage, I don't know if they have it, but they can't cast it. With Elite Spellbinder, I know that they can cast it, or I know that they have it, but it's only a cost reduction. Feels like a sideboard option for standard second spell. Does it though? I just really don't see how this is good, like, at all. Recurable with Luris. I guess that's true. Cast a spell with a chosen name. I guess like a white-black discard Luris deck. Or like a white-black enchantment Luris deck that happens to have discard, maybe? I guess in that very specific deck, I can see it. Everywhere else, I can't really see it. Pithing Needle. Hey, look, it's back. I think it's pretty sick. I think it's back. I think it's really cool. I'd love to see Revoker at some point. But Pithing Needle is a great card. With Cool Noir, yeah. In my opinion, this is the best art of Pithing Needle because it's like actually being used. The other ones, it's not technically being used. Yeah. So what's really cool is you can choose any card name, including a land, right? So Pithing Needle is related to Revoker. They're like cousins, right? Why are you saying it weird? What? So, yeah. So the thing is, Friction Revoker, you can't name lands, but it does stop mana abilities. This can name lands, but it can't stop mana abilities. But if your opponent has something like an Escanta, right? You can name Escanta, they can tap it for mana, but they can't tap it for anything else. I think this card is just generally fine in historic sideboards. Just give us both then. I want this. I do want this. Pithing Needle instead of Pithing. I understand that as Pithing Needle, but I don't like it. Pithing Needle sounds cooler. Coolest Procession is a 2 mana black enchantment. Whenever one or more non-token creatures dies, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with decay. This ability triggers only once each turn. I think this is garbage. Castle Levi, exactly. Wait, I was saying Pithing Needle? What the fuck? Why the hell was I saying Pithing Needle? It sounds better with Pithing. I have no idea. Dude, my brain broke then. That's strange. Alright. Right, whenever one or more non-token creatures dies. I don't like this card, man. Oh, I guess it doesn't... I guess it's not just your creatures. Okay, you know what? It's not just your creatures. So I guess this is maybe fine. Well, I'll have to play with this to see if I like it. If you have 2, does it not stack? No, it does. It stacks with itself. When it said this ability triggers, it means literally this card's ability. Like this specific one. Faithful Mending. White-blue instant. You gain 2 life. You draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. It is the white version of Faithless Looting. This is Faithless Mending. Also has flashback 1 blue-white. It's instant, which matters. Esper Reanimator might be a thing, maybe? I don't know. It's instant. I think that's cool. I like it. I think it's cool. Sure. Croaking Counterpart. This dude's a frog. This dude's a frog, dude. 1 green-white. Sorcery. Create a token that's a copy of target non-frog creature. Except it's a 1/1 green frog. Is just a frog. I love it. It's fantastic. Flashback. Frog. Frog. I will say, right? I will say. I do like that you can copy a creature that isn't yours. No legendary protection, though? Yeah, I mean, that's true, but you can copy a creature that isn't yours, which I really appreciate. Gonna frog someone's Oko to Elk creature? No, dude, find a way to turn Oko into a creature. Like, force that to become a creature, then turn that shit into a frog. It's hilarious, dude. It's hilarious. Takes your Bolas, but he's a frog now. I'd be okay if someone turned Bolas into a frog. Unnatural Growth. 1 quad green. I love this. Quad green. Fuck yes. At the beginning of each combat, double the power and toughness of each creature you control until end of turn. This is sick. I've been saying for so long that one of the ways Wizards should balance their cards more, one of the tools they should use to balance their cards more, is modifying the pips. This is quad fucking green. I love it. Very difficult to splash. And it just makes things fucking huge. It's huge. I love this card. This is a Timmy card through and through. I'm probably gonna try and put this in Mael, even though Mael's a triple colored EDH deck. I want to turn my 5/5s and my 8/8s into fucking 10/10s and 16/16s. It's great. I've just been made aware that this is not just during your combat. It's during every person's combat. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Have a large creature with... Turn 4, Questing Beast. Turn 5, this. Attack with an 8/8 Questing Beast. Defend with an 8/8 Questing Beast. Bruh. I love it. I love it so much. This is fucking great. I love it so much. Playing Historic with viewers? I will be! Snacks? In fact, I'll go ahead and put this out there. Boop. Au revoir, Uber Shuffle. Hope you have a good one. High risk, high reward. Fuck that. Fuck symmetry. This is great. This is fun. Sludge Monster. I'm a little upset this is not an ooze horror. I will admit that this is not an ooze horror, which makes me sad. Regular Historic or Historic Brawl? You tell me whichever. I will play both. 5 mana, 5/5, mono blue. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, put a slime counter on up to one other target creature. Non-horror creatures with slime counters on them lose all abilities and have base power 2/2. This is hilarious. I love it. It's fun. Elk spotted, yeah. I see that Eugene cheats. This, I mean, it's funny. It's freaking great. There's some cards that I didn't actually talk about. I guess because they were spoiled early. I'm gonna do newest spoilers. Oh, hey, look, we have another thing. All right, I'll talk about this real quick. Do creatures with counters return to normal once Sludge exits the battlefield? That's a good question. I believe that's the case. I believe they would turn back. Diagraph Rebirth, 3 black green. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature card that died this turn. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. I mean, this is just like, and it has flashback. This is just a better like return from. I guess it can only hit your own creatures. I was gonna say it's a better return from the grave, but technically return from the grave can hit other people's stuff. But I gotta scroll all the way down. See, I started down there, but there were cards I think that got spoiled earlier. Yeah, I haven't talked about these cards. I don't think so. So I'll talk about these cards. Oh, Thing in the Ice. I don't think they're gonna reprint Thing in the Ice. I just Damnation and then reanimate? Shut up. Join the dance. We can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind. Because if your friends don't dance and if they don't dance with their no friends of mine. Something's wrong with my video capture, hilariously. But yeah, create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens, flashback, blah blah blah. Cool. It makes things midsummer cool. I don't care about this. I still find it weird that daybound creatures can't be forced to transform, but I got enough non-daybound worlds to make movements useful still. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Play with Fire. A single red instant deals 2 damage to any target. If a player is dealt damage this way, scry 1. Cool. It's a better shock. The shock is better in burn decks. I think it's great. I love this. It's cool. Infernal Grasp. Holy crap. 2 mana instant, destroy target creature, you lose 2 life. This is probably going to become the premier black removal spell in Historic. Like, this is pretty good. Like, the fact that it's a capped amount of life you lose is great. The fact that this does, for what it's worth, this works really well with the Book of Ancient Darkness or whatever. Vile Darkness. I think it's pretty sick. Why does Infernal Grasp be a downside? I think that a 2 mana instant that just said destroy target creature might be too good. I think that it might be too good. Insofar as like it would, I think that without a downside, it would just be the only card, the only 2 mana card that people would play. But like there are other reasons to play the other 2 mana instant speed black removal spells. But I like this card. I think it's fine. Champion of the Perished. The reason to play zombies. This is sick. This is awesome. I love it. It's great. It's fantastic. Consider a single blue. Look at the top card of your library. You may put the card into your graveyard. Draw a card. It's you know, It's a type of opt, I suppose. I don't care about this style of card. Triskaidekaphile is a 1 in a blue 1/3. Hey, 13. You have no maximum hand size. I feel like that's a pun. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game, and then you can pay 4 to draw a card. Cool. Hey, look. 1, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 lines of flavor text. There might be another, like, more 13s here. I just don't know. What if there was a black instant destroy target creature card? Kind of like how we have a blue counterspell. I think that would be more fair, because it would be more difficult to cast. I think a black one would be fine. Dam exists. Yeah. Although Dam's a sorcery speed, isn't it? Isn't Dam sorcery speed? Oops. Yeah, Dam is a sorcery. Although a creature destroyed this way can't be regenerated, so there's that as well. And the board wipe card. But yeah, I think that a card that was literally just Dam minus the rest and instant speed, I think that'd be fine. I think that'd be balanced. Ren in 7, 5 mana for a 5 loyalty walker. Ren. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library, put all land cards revealed this way into your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. Cool. It's a mulch effect. 0 mana, put any number of land cards from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Sure. Mega ramp. -3, create a green tree folk creature token with reach, and this creature's power and toughness equal to the number of lands you control. Cool. Land-based Ren, awesome. Return all permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. You get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. Nuts, but cool. I like Ren in 7. Ren in 7 I think is pretty cool. IMO if Coco can exist, instant speed board wipes can too, just maybe not at 4 mana. I think cards like Route, there's Faded something. There's a cycle. Here it is. Faded Retribution is a little expensive, but still it's an instant speed destroy all creatures. There are some. Type Werewolf. So yeah, now I'm just going to talk really briefly about one of Enigma's earlier comments talking about people being upset that that there are board wipes, or that the new werewolves aren't as interesting because they're like essentially the same. So this one has something added. This one has something added. Add a single red mana to your mana pool. Turns into colorless. This is normal. This is modified. In my opinion, improved. This is changed. Something is added. Something is added. I know this one because it gets Intimidate. This card's sick. Goes from haste to all of them into the battlefield like that. So that's something added. I think this one's vanilla. This one can attack. Oh, actually, it's forced to attack, so that's very much different. Whenever a opponent casts a spell during your turn, draw a card. Draw 2 cards. So this is like one of the ones that we kind of see here. Is like, we have an effect, and they just like add to the effect slightly. This one is modified. Or this one gains something, this one gains something. I mean, Huntmaster is dope. This one gets buff as fuck. I love this card. His arm is too long. This one is kind of one of the styles that we have now. Sure, something gets added. I can see that complaint. I'm not gonna lie, I can see that complaint. But I think one of the issues with that complaint is the fact that a lot of the older, like the OG Innistrad wolves, seem to have very little. They seem to have like very little on the front side. Yeah, I think it's because they have very little on the front side, so getting anything on the back side is better. I'm like, we still haven't seen a lot of werewolves. I'm hoping that we do still have some that are more similar to some of the old styles. Reckless Wave versus Village Messenger is a good example of shifts in design. Starts with haste. 2/2 with menace. Starts as just a 1/1 with nothing into a 3/2 with nothing. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I definitely can. Also mildly annoyed that the Eldrazi Wolves can't be transformed with a new commander. Oh yeah, these aren't humans on the front side. Yeah, that's fucked. I didn't realize that. The Eldrazi ones never change back though. I guess that's fair. Yeah, I guess that's probably a fair trade-off then. Yeah, you know what? That's probably reasonable. What the hell? There we go.